You always have that outward appearance that always is the first initial thought of beautiful, but what I think is probably more important than that is that you are comfortable with how you look. Because, I mean, you can have someone who's extremely attractive and still be insecure about themselves. I think it's important that regardless of, I mean, sure, to be beautiful, you can look nice, but if you're not confident with who you are, then it doesn't really matter.
Do you think you are beautiful?
Sometimes.
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 Why just sometimes?
Well, because there are definitely days when it's like I got up at 2 o'clock in the afternoon on a Saturday and I haven't brushed my hair yet, you know, so it's kind of like that. And I didn't take a shower, I didn't brush my hair, and so I don't really care those days, but I'm not particularly...
Well, sometimes.
Sometimes.
I think yes, from the perspective of because I'm a, you know, I believe that I am literal offspring of a god. No, because sometimes I get mad at myself because I'm not perfect.
I don't like thinking of myself as that way. I just like thinking of myself as just another human being. If you think myself beautiful or handsome, because it kind of puts myself above others.
Okay, I feel like this is a hard question because it changes. So in elementary school, or maybe it was middle school. In middle school, I decided that I was a beautiful person and that no one recognized that. And because I've always compared myself to other people my entire life. I mean, it's human, it's natural. And I would see other people and I'd be like, you know what? I'm pretty. I'm as pretty as them. And I wouldn't understand why people didn't see that. And then as I got older, I was like, I don't know now, because, and I distinctly remember one time talking to my sister about, there's this girl in my ward growing up, and we were talking about how she was really pretty. And I was like, well, I think we're pretty, Kelly. I think we're as pretty as her. And I remember Kelly going, no, I don't. Some days I feel like, you know what, I'm a pretty person. And it is reinforced by other people. My mom always be like, no, you're beautiful, and family members and other people. But there are some days when I'm like, you know what, I'm not an attractive person. And I feel like the more that I think about it, the more unattractive I feel.
It's hard because looking at yourself and who you are obviously is different. I think a little bit different than I see other people as far as beauty is concerned.
I do.
What makes me beautiful, my first thought is like my eyes, because they're my favorite feature. I don't know why, they just are. I hope I'm beautiful because of like my attitude towards things, but lots of people don't look at that first, so. I think what you consider beautiful in yourself, you consider beautiful in other people. So, if someone's focused on looking on the inside or the outside of themselves, like, and that's what they focus on as being beautiful, that's what they'll look for in other people.
What makes me beautiful is because I have relied on Christ and I'm trying to do what's right. And I think the world tries to tell us that beauty is all that, like, what you see, like, oh, she's beautiful because she's like stick thin and she has like these so cute jeans, and that's what makes her beautiful. But I know, like, that's important too. It's important to love who you are on the outside, but it's more important to love who you are on the inside. I know that's what matters.
It comes down to that with whatever, like, anything about you, you're comfortable with what you really are. But you should just be comfortable with who you are, and that's what I see as the most beautiful thing. Is if, like, regardless of like what they look like or who they are, if they are comfortable with who they are, then they don't have anything to prove to anybody. I think that's what's.
Someone that's very temperate, someone that you can just, as soon as when you're with, you can just feel their love. You can feel their peace and stillness. They have such understanding because they're so willing to open their minds and learn and not judge.
So to say that someone is attractive is because we're attracted to people who are interested in us, and so people who seem to care about who we are, or at least who I am. I'm attracted to someone who honestly cares about who I am and what I think. And to me, that attraction is more of a deeper level than someone is attractive, that it's an emotional connection as well as a physical and spiritual, as opposed to just the physical connection I feel is what beauty touches on.
Not all the time, no. That's just my own. But that's not because I think I'm ugly. That's just because of my own issues with myself.
A lot of it, like, it kind of depends on the day, because sometimes, like, I'll get down on myself and be like, oh, I hate how I look. And other days I'll be like, you know, there's more to me than what's on the outside.
I feel like I'm accomplishing the goals that I've set for myself and the things I want to do with work and with school and with personal hobbies. There's just things that I've wanted to do, and I'm completing those as I am in college, I guess. And so it feels good to be accomplishing things that I have desired.
I do.
Yeah, that's a good thing.
Happy to be me.
Yeah, how did you learn to like who you were?
I think I learned to like who I am as soon as I really recognized who I am as a daughter of God, and I decided to put aside every image the media was trying to send me about what beauty is and what I'm supposed to be, and I just learned to love myself.
I like my hair. My hair is beautiful. And also, I think that my personality, and that I know who I am, and like I'm not afraid of that.
I would use the first word would probably be weird, because I am weird.
Accept it. Embrace the weirdness.
Yes, embrace
right?
the weirdness. No one is normal. Normal does not exist. I think that that's something too that I like about is because I am weird, and I'm okay with that, and I want to be myself. And myself is weird, so why should I try to be anybody else?
Optimistic, healthy, blessed.
Confident. I would say nerdy.
Turn on the TV when I get home after a long day, and I'd say probably at least 80-90% of the commercials and TV shows mention sex or show people half dressed or kind of allude to it, or at least have an innuendo in it somewhere. And so I think it's all geared towards a specific cookie cutter shape.
You have to be this certain image. There is a beautiful image, this one image that if you're that, then you should be down on yourself because you're not that image. That's what they try to tell you.
Mainstream media teaches you that like anorexia is cool, so I'm not sure that's a good thing. But the media that I like, that I spend a lot of time with, doesn't always focus on physical beauty.
When I see advertisements for different products, like if it's a super muscled guy, you know, it's like, okay, that's an attractive person, or a girl that's, you know, like you see advertisements with girls are always skinny and attractive, and it's like, okay, that's what I'm being conditioned to.
It tries to push on you an image of only too skinny and too perfect. And Heavenly Father created us all perfect. That's the matter of the fact. But we're all different, and that's okay.
Trail of you gotta look the best, you gotta be really attractive, gotta have the perfect body, gotta have all that. And I guess that does go into being attractive, like being a guy, yeah, it's attractive when someone's really good looking, but ultimately that's not what's important to me necessarily. Like, you can have the most beautiful person and still like be like, oh, I'm so fat, you know, where that's just annoying, and like I don't know, like I mean it really doesn't matter ultimately what you look like or how the media portrays, because frankly you're never going to be able to match what the ultimate image
that it does put forward about am I good enough as far as what do I see in the mirror, and how does that compare, and I think that what we have to come to terms with, and what I have to come to terms with as far as the media is concerned, is to decide, okay, does this really matter?
In a way, they say that, oh, this is what you should think is attractive, but they still set up these characters that I think are attractive. So, and I feel like the media gets a bad rap, because they're like, oh, it's the media. But honestly, it's what you choose to watch. No one is forcing you to look at anything. And you decide how much you take in yourself. And we have so much selection on that. You don't have to watch television. And you don't have to go on the internet, and you choose the sites that you go to. I wondered if I
Well, my mom, actually. My mom was just a really good person. She was always encouraging me to do the right thing. And she was just a really big figure in my life before she passed away. And so I took everything she taught me. I'm really trying to live what she taught me.
Something that I learned to appreciate when you don't have those things, like beauty and peace in your cup, and you feel like, you never feel that you're good enough, and you always feel like people are judging you, like members of your family, just stuff like that. I think that it just came through wanting to feel something more, not wanting to feel like that anguish all the time. And so I moved to Australia by myself when I was 18, and I met like the most beautiful people out there. I'm not joking, they changed my life.
I'd say it probably started with my parents. My dad always told us growing up, your mom's the most beautiful woman in the world. Sorry, I already found her, so don't hold your breath for what you can find.
At home, probably, from my family, from books I read, because I read a lot of literature as a kid, and they talk about like how, I'm trying to think of a good example, how like this such and such a character isn't physically attractive like at all, but they're like this beautiful person on the inside, like. So I guess there's like a balance there that you have to find.
I think a lot of it is the gospel, and like my mom always tells me that I'm beautiful. She's like, Heidi, you're so pretty and you don't know it. It's like, whatever, Mom, okay. And I don't know, I saw this video the other day, like, I'm not my body. And it's really good. It really made me think, and it really made me realize that it doesn't matter. Like, it really doesn't matter.
I have to, otherwise I can't live with myself. I feel like I accept myself, and the times when I don't accept myself, that it gets me to this horrible place that I'm not satisfied. And again, I'm not getting anything done. And sometimes you just have to be like, you know what? Today I look like crud, or today I'm not a very nice person, and so I'm just gonna not talk to as many people and just focus on what needs to get done until I can get into the right mindset where I'm okay with myself.
I try to.
You try to? Is it hard for you?
It is hard. It is hard.
Yeah, what do you think makes it hard?
I think what makes it hard is because I put stress onto myself, trying to make myself like this image, this is who I want to be, that I can't accept where I am right now, that accept that I'm working towards that, so it's okay. Yep.
Yes, I do. I mean, I might have my problems and such, but it's everything I'm working on, and it's everything that makes me who I am.
There's beauty and truth in everything. I'm going to be honest with you, no, I don't love myself as much as I should do. That's actually what I'm working on right now. It's very obvious that I don't, but I believe in love. I believe that we should love ourselves. I honestly do believe in it, and it's something that I'm striving toward.
Yeah, I do. I don't let it depress me or anything. I let it motivate me, and if I fail, hey, we're human, so I don't have to be a big, ripped guy.
I have this thing where I can stereotype people pretty quickly, and I don't always let them prove to me that they are who they say they are. So I don't always accept other people very well, because I feel like, I don't know.
Yeah, I would say so. When it comes to just, normal human relationships and being with people, then I don't have a problem if someone accepts themselves for who they are. But I think that when it comes to like who I'm physically attracted to, then I think that comes into huge play because of the standard that I've been conditioned to accept as myself and who I think of myself as. Then it probably plays more depth.
I've actually and because I'm not a horrible looking person, I've actually seen, oh wow, I look at me and I'm like, hey, I'm not so bad looking. I may be skinny, but I'm not too shabby. I'm not so bad myself, and it's not that big of a deal. And so I do like myself, and I'm comfortable with myself most of the time. Sometimes I get in the way of myself, but yeah.
I think sometimes after I watch a certain movie, or if I look at a magazine, I'm like, oh wait, I'm not like this. But I have to catch myself, and I have to go back to the concept that like, yes, we're all different, and that's okay. And remember who I am, and remember that yes, I'm happy to be me.
Yeah, how do you accept who you are?
Frankly, I wouldn't want to be anyone else, I guess. I mean, I have always been fine with who I am, and if someone has a problem with who I am, well, that's their problem. It's not mine.
People should have personalities and they should embrace whoever they are. And support that.
Yeah, I would just say be different, kind of stand out, be your own person.